Hey guys, welcome to Crossbar, your weekly dose of football.
Van de Beek coming to Manchester United. Karthik, what's happening?
So Amit, Van de Beek has won the most penalties.
yeah, that's the only
for
stat.
Ajax last season.
like you look around all the good stat that he has, and you'll say that I know. So he has signed a 5-year contract, Karthik, with Manchester United. And just looking at the player, he in the last 3 seasons that he's played for Ajax, he has the most appearance for the team. That also shows how physically fit he is. In the 141 games that Ajax played, he has appeared for 133 games. He has just missed 26 games in the last 3 years. He's 23-year-old. He's an attacking midfielder. What do you say about him?
Ramit, I have one question, right? So where does he fit in?
True.
You do have Pogba and Bruno Fernandes as your attacking midfielders. Now, do you think he just comes in? You have a 3-man attacking midfield with nobody on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think if you see, he's not that player who'll come and be okay to sit on the bench. He's definitely going to fight for his position. Looking at that, what I'm thinking is there would be Pogba, him, and Matic in the mid, which looks tempting, but I don't think so. That will be a normal playing 11 for Manchester United. And also because now Manchester United are also qualified for Champions League, he would be an added advantage in the squad. We need a lot of quality in that side, and which definitely Van de Beek brings.
But then where does Bruno go then? He's been he's been your best player after the restart or since January, right? So where does he go?
No, so correct. So it'll be Rashford, Martial, Bruno. Then Pogba, Van de Beek, and Matic, if given a chance. But let's see how it works out. Let's stick to Manchester. Let's also talk about Sancho.
So there's been some moment again.
Yes.
So it's again coming out.
Yep.
People talking about it. It can still happen before the end of the transfer window. What do you think? Does it happen? Sancho looks really happy.
Yes.
with
So
Dortmund, by the way.
so apparently, what Manchester United is waiting for is Sancho to accept it publicly that he's not interested in Manchester United move anymore. So they're waiting for that. So till then they would pursue him, and this again is that kind of, we already have spoken about it in the podcast that we had. And guys, please, in the description there is a link you can hear to our podcast about it. In detail we have spoken about this, but this is just a rumor now, which I feel that the ship has already sailed on this, where Sancho is happy.
So Amit, another rumor that came out, I just saw it today, was Reguilon, who was at Sevilla last season. They had an amazing season, and a lot of big clubs have been looking out for him, but because of COVID, a lot of them have backed out. He's gone back to Real Madrid, his parent club. So again, United is in for him, but do you really need it? Do you really need him? You have Luke Shaw, you have Brandon Williams.
Correct. So that's why we need him. No, so Manchester United is still on for a good defender, as you know. They're also pursuing a couple of more players in those mid defending side.
There's Upamecano,
Yes.
who was from Leipzig, who might have come in, but I think it's a little far-fetched.
Yeah, currently it's far-fetched, and at least in Manchester, portfolio, he doesn't really fit right now. But let's see how it turns out. But it's a good rumor. If Manu does require a couple of defenders, looking at the current situation, Luke Shaw is is there, but then he's been there for a long time and not been performing, and young, and Williams is very young, so let's see what happens. Moving on, Karthik, going to Thiago. Yes, he's connected to Liverpool all this while, but there have been certain interest from Manu, which is the rumor. There is some interest from Manu. Thiago is one of the best in Bundesliga. His start is one of the best dribbler. He has almost 24 plus attempts. That is almost 85% that he has done, which is the best in Bundesliga. But looking at what is happening with him in Liverpool is that he's too old for Liverpool, so they usually have this age where they want to get players in, and he doesn't qualify for that limit. And the price, I think, is what is basically being discussed between Liverpool and Bayern, where Manu wants to come in and take in. But having said that, Karthik, do you think this move would be any fruitful for Manchester United, because we already have a lot of
Yeah,
young
and if you see, Matic signed a 3-year deal.
Yes, that was-
Right. So where does he come in then? Because I'm thinking next season Matic is gonna be on the bench a lot of the time, unless their defensive line is performs really well. Then you can have like Van de Beek, Bruno Fernandes, and Pogba. But then I don't think it makes a lot of sense for United to sign Thiago.
Yeah, correct. Moving from Manchester United, Karthik, they're moving to Arsenal, and the latest rumor of Arsenal is Hector Berlin is linked with PSG with a 25 million move, which would kind of balance Arsenal sheet of the players that they have bought currently.
And I think that's also because they want to make Dani Ceballos' move permanent, and if that doesn't happen, they also have Houssem Aouar from Lyon, who's had an amazing season there. He might come in as well. Talking about their defense, which we have talked about a lot in our podcast, which has been struggling. So they have Gabriel Magalhaes, so he'll join his Brazilian counterpart, David Luiz in midfield, and then they also have William Saliba coming back from loan, who they bought last year, was sent back on loan, and then another Brazilian, Willian, who we all know they signed long back. Moving from Arsenal.
Fun fact, Karthik. Initially, Arteta wanted to sell Guendouzi to PSG because of his amazing attitude. But yeah, we can move on to Leicester now. Leicester has signed the Atlanta defender Timothy Castagne. He, as you know, Atlanta's performance in the last Champions League was amazing, and he has secured he has signed a 5-year deal worth 24 million. Quick stat about him, Karthik. So in the last 3 seasons in Atlanta, he has an impressive tackle rate of 74%, which currently Leicester wants, because they just lost Chilwell to Chelsea, and if they don't get a left back, out and out left back, this would be a good replacement for him.
Yeah, I think, and if you look at, Castagne usually plays as a wing back on the left, but I think obviously he's not going to be as good a defender as Chilwell was, but then definitely I think it's a good cover, and then you also have Soyuncu playing on the left side of the defensive defensive line, so that sort of covers it. So let's talk about Chilwell, because
Let's go to Chelsea.
That's the one going out. So Chilwell again, I think that sort of solves one of our defensive issues that we've had. Alonso, honestly, I like Alonso. A lot of people don't, but I really like him, especially going forward, right? Yeah, we all know defensive, he has his weaknesses, but I think Chilwell sort of covers that. And then the long going saga which we've been talking about, Kai Havertz, I think it's finally gonna end. There was news that a 90 million deal was signed, and then bonuses on top of that, and then he'll sign a 5-year deal at Chelsea. But let's see, unless and until it's over the line, it's not. Then we have the most important one, the goalkeeping position that we all know how Kepa has performed. So there's Eduardo Mendy from Rennes. Not a bad record at all. He played about 28 games in the league last season for Rennes. Thus led in 19 goals with 9 clean sheets. He's still 28 years old, which is a pretty decent age for a goalkeeper. I believe he can at least play for a good 4 or 5 years, if he comes in. But Rennes is sort of holding out for a fee of around 30 million, which Chelsea value him a little lower. So let's see what happens there. Let's go to
Manchester City. So Karthik, talking about Manchester City, there is a Messi saga that is already going on, related to that. But just telling you quick facts about Man City in just the striking position. Not striking position.
in attacking position.
Yeah. Just to give you quick stats about Manchester City's attack. Manchester City in Europe had the highest number of goals last season. They had 102 goals. And then you see what are Messi's stats that he has. His total involvement in goals is almost 50. So he has 25 goals with 21 assists. Right. So do you think they really want Messi to come in the side and because I'm thinking what I'm thinking here is that they already have their attack set. It's just that they are doing really good in defense. They have already bought Ake that we have already spoken about. I think Koulibaly is almost gonna join them. What do you think about this?
So to start with, I think they don't need Messi.
Yeah.
They want him. But I also think that that's not gonna happen. If you read the recent news, his dad apparently flew to Barcelona to have the showdown talks with the board, and he sort of suggested, or this is the suggestion that's coming out, is that he might end up staying for another year, or Barcelona might let him leave for, say, a fee of around 100 million, right? Which is a lot for a 33-year-old. But then if you're talking about Messi, right? So let's see. I think he's still gonna stay at Barcelona, or maybe not willingly, but he might still have to stay because of this contract and everything. So just a couple more, transfer news. Sandro Tonali, one of the most promising, Italian midfielders. He just joined AC Milan on a loan for 1 year with an obligation to buy for about 26 million. Sort of rejected, the contact from Juventus, which is a big thing. But I think AC Milan are sort of, going in this year to compete for that title, or at least for that top 4 race, getting into the Champions League again. For me, I think it's going to be an interesting race this time around. So there's Inter, where Antonio Conte is just not going to back down. He does have a good squad. He might not have new players. Tonali also, by the way, rejected Inter to join AC Milan,
and also rejected Manchester United.
We can just add United to every player, right? Yes. He rejected it. And the AC Milan are also going in for the precious Bakayoko. They might still buy him.
AC Milan has also extended 1 year deal with Zlatan.
Yeah. So they have done that. So I think they are all in. I think so. There's Inter, there's AC Milan. Roma is sort of improving. There is Atlanta. So Juventus is gonna face a lot of competition, right? It's not going to be as easy as they. There's Lazio as well. So it's not going to be as easy as they've had. So I think for the next season, all these leagues are setting up very nicely. So thank you for tuning in,
and let us know which transfers did we miss, so we can cover it up in the next episode. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, guys. Cheers.